Suicide Squad Nail Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish. Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be uploading two videos that actually go together. So the first one is going to be a natural nail design for the Suicide Squad. That's the one that you're going to be seeing here. And so it's just a relatively simple design that if you're going to the Suicide Squad you should hopefully enjoy. I just chose 4 of the characters, but you could switch them up. There's plenty of photos on the internet to see the different designs for the different characters. So I hope you like this, and don't forget to click subscribe to see my future videos as well. Begin by painting all of your nails a light green color. So then I'm going to begin with just a Liquid Palisades product. It's not actually Liquid Palisades brand, but a liquid latex nail protection system. And I'm going to paint that around my nails, and then taking either a slightly yellower or slightly bluer shade of nail polish, I'm going to sponge on just a little bit on the nail just to create a variegated background, and then peel off that liquid latex product and apply a layer of shimmery polish to blend the colors together. So on my index nail I'm going to begin, and I'm going to be painting the Joker. So I'm going to start with his skull shape. So with an almost circle drawn at the top, I'm going to do that in the beginning, and then add his cheekbones off to the sides, and then add the shape of his jaw and his teeth area, and then fill in that shape entirely. And I'm using this sort of dark blue color. It's called Midnight Blue. It's not extremely blue, it's more like a dark gray blue. But then after I've got that in place, I'm going to be adding his hair, which is kind of spiky up in the middle, with green. And this is a darker shade of green than the other colors I used. This one is more of like a grass green or a Christmas green. And so after that is in place, I'm going to go through with white paint, and I'm going to be painting his eyes and his nose. And I was impatient when I was doing this, and I did not wait for my charcoal paint to dry. And you will notice that throughout the video that I was continuing to be impatient and never letting it dry. This whole design is going to work out so much better for you if you let your paint dry and just don't try to rush things. So you're going to add his eyes and then his nose, and as you can see I'm getting this sort of muddy gray color from that. Just let your paint dry. But then after you have that, I'm going to be adding his teeth with red, so create a smile and then feather that line out. On my middle nail I'm going to be painting Miss Harley Quinn, and so I'm going to start with her basic head shape. And to begin with, it's almost a heart shape there that doesn't quite meet into a point at the bottom, and then add her cheekbones and then her jaw and fill in the shape. And I'm using the same gray blue midnight charcoal color. And then add her pigtails. After that, I'm going to be adding blue onto her right ponytail. And then I'm going to be doing some details on her face. So I'm going to start with a white outline, and I'm going to be outlining her hairline. And then I'm going to be adding her eyes and her left eye. Okay, when you're looking at her, it's her left eye, but it's actually her right eye is a heart shape. And then the other eye is a diamond shape. And then you're going to be adding her nose, which is almost like a little upside down heart. And then her smile, so just outline her smile with white, and then add the little feathered lines for her teeth. And then add red on her other ponytail and little bits of red on her teeth. Now going back with that charcoal color paint, add a couple little cracks on her eyes. On my ring nail, with a darker shade of green than is on the nail, the same one that I used for the Joker's hair, I'm going to be painting the basic shape for the Killer Croc, and he has a very simple skull shape, just like the Joker did, so a round almost circle at the top, cheekbones, and then a jaw. And we're filling that in. And now I'm going to be adding his facial features with white, starting with his eye sockets. And as you're doing this design, I would recommend looking at a photo, whether it is a photo of my design itself or just other photos of these characters off the internet, because each of their features are individual to them. So their eyes are slightly different, their noses are all slightly different, and the same thing with their mouths. Even though they're all similar, they're not quite the same. So if you look at photos, that's going to make them recognizable if you try to replicate them specifically to how they are. And then you're also going to need to add red pupils to your Killer Croc. And now for your Deadshot, I'm going to be starting by creating an actual circle for the top of his head, and then adding his little cheekbones, and then adding his jaw. So like I said, his cheekbones, one of the individual factors for him is that they cut in a little bit farther than the others. So there's going to be this little indentation there. And then he's also got this separate line down at the bottom. And then with white, I'm going to be adding details. So I'm going to start with a little line coming down from the one side of his face, and then painting the outline for his eye area with white. And I'm actually going to fill that in, although it's really not necessary in the slightest. And then I'm going to be adding little dots from in front of his mouth for the holes. And then little bits of red below that. And then I'm going to be filling in that eye socket area, and I'm going to be doing black, just leaving a very thin white line. And then after that's there, I'm going to be adding red in the center of that, trying to leave a very thin charcoal line. And then I'm going to be adding a starburst shape, so I'm going to just kind of like a large, really thin X. And as you can see, I didn't let my red paint dry, so that's kind of smearing in with the white, but I was impatient, as I mentioned before. So now I'm going to be writing Suicide Squad on my thumbnail, so I'm going to start with the C for suicide right in the center, and then above that write an I, above that a D, and this isn't like above, but just slightly up a little bit, and then the E is lower. And then I'm going to be writing the I, U, and S before that, and then right in the center underneath that, underneath the C, we're going to be writing a U, and these letters are slightly bigger than the letters above that. Before or after the U, we're going to write an A, and then finish off this section with a D. And before the U, we're going to be writing a the Q. So first start with like a circle shape or an oval shape, and then add the little tail of the Q beneath that, and finish that with an S. And then on the Q, or in the Q, we're going to be painting a tiny little face, make little X's for eyes, 2 little lines for the nose, and then a little dotted smile. And of course, apply a layer of top coat. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this design. Please share any recreations with me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I would really love to see them. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!